everyone. I'm here. This is the 7th episode of the Up Your Geek podcast, featuring Simi and John.
Hey there, guys. Simi here. Just ready to just have some fun with this podcast and discuss some things.
Hey guys, John here. Like Simi said, just here to have fun with the podcast and discuss things, and I do believe this is our first podcast for 2016.
Yes, it is. So the first topic is going to be Star Wars. It came out last month and it broke box office records. And secretly, I do hope it beats Avatar.
It did.
Already beat it. Yeah, but like worldwide, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Domestic.
Yeah, domestically, I already beat it. And I really like that movie. I did a great rating. I did do the review.
Barking in the podcast.
Yeah.
But
I can hear.
But
I can hear that.
I agree. I do hope it beats Avatar worldwide.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I don't even.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Sorry, guys. I had to do something. So what was going on again?
Oh, we were just waiting for you to come back, and then we talked about how John was agreeing that it should beat Avatar worldwide.
It might. However, from what I've been reading on comicbook.com, granted that's a site you shouldn't take 100% seriously, because some of the things that are published on that site don't always make sense to me, but Star Wars is almost basically unheard of in China. And China is a very large country, and that's a lot of people, so it could hurt them. I mean,
It's unheard of in China?
it's almost, so they're going to have to alter the way they do things this franchise when they put it out in China, because they're going to have a hard time. That's why
I think it came out this morning, I think, over there, and it said it did beat a record, or it did smash records in China.
Hopefully it's good enough to get it domestically, because I do notice that China is the final battleground for a lot of movies to do well is in China. Because let's look at even Ant-Man. That movie is a financial success internationally because China.
And so is Terminator Genesis.
Yeah, China.
All those films, China.
Yeah, I mean, so that's why I'm still kind of concerned. How well will it do while it's still there? I mean, I think it might only get number 2, but it may come close to beating Avatar. It's hard to say.
It said here it opened to strong record-breaking numbers in China this morning.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's a good sign.
yeah,
It's already around almost 1.7 billion worldwide. Anyway.
that's a lot of money for Disney.
Yeah.
And fittingly, Disneyland just said they're going to start closing down certain areas to do their little amusement park stuff. And I'm certain that this Force Awakens budget is going to that, mainly.
Yep.
Anyways,
I saw it twice actually, in 2 different countries. So I helped it domestically and internationally.
I think it should be fine.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, so not only did we have Force Awakens this winter, but we also have Star Wars Rogue One coming out this December as well. So what do you guys think that film? How do you think that film's gonna do?
I think it'll make maybe $1 billion at least. Not hugely successful like Star Wars Episode 7.
No, it's not a. Yeah, I mean, I don't think because it's not a. It's just a spin-off. It's not a direct thing.
Yeah.
So I'm certain it's gonna do well, but it's just not gonna do as high. But
Yep.
however, one thing that might mean it could go high is that it's set around the timeline of the original trilogy, and that's gonna reach out to a lot of original trilogy fans.
Yeah. Cameron told me it's gonna be the movie that puts the war in Star Wars.
Yeah, because the producer is Tony Toh, and Tony Toh produced The Pacific, which was a 10-episode-long miniseries about World War II. It was featuring the Marines during the Pacific Theater, and I recommend you look up some of the battle scenes from that, and that shows how great this movie will be. And plus, the Godzilla director is in it, so there's going to be plenty of violence, plenty of explosions, plenty of action.
It's going to be PG-13, I think.
I'm pretty
Still, that doesn't mean it's going to be toned down. You can still go that, like a hard PG-13.
Oh yeah, you can get away with a lot with PG-13. I mean, do you realize how... I mean, even look at movies like, say, Watchmen... Because Watchmen was PG-13, right?
Rated R.
Oh, it was? Oh, I thought it was PG-13. Well, then let's look at Man of Steel. I mean, if you look at one of the Kryptonians as they took out the A-10 pilot, you could see blood and his head getting ripped off. The MPAA doesn't look as closely as they try to say they do.
No.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that until the second time I saw Man of Steel.
I didn't notice until the 5th time. And someone had told me, and that's why I was watching it for the 5th time, because I wanted to see it. But I'm just excited for this year. There's so much going on.
Yeah, the Deadpool next month, actually. That's the second most hype movie for me.
I mean, I like Deadpool, but he's not my number one. And to be honest, and I'm sure that I'm not the only one that has this fear for this movie, but it doesn't seem like it has any substance. I mean, to me, it just seems like the trailers have introduced who is Deadpool, but not what's going on in the film. And so far, I'm not seeing even just a basic synopsis in the trailer.
Wasn't it how his sweetheart was kidnapped and he had to, save her?
Yeah, but I always feel like there's more to it. And then I'm also worried is because Fox did say this was going to connect to the X-Men films, but I'm so far not seeing how it's going to connect aside from Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead wearing that New Mutants costume.
He did, in the Deadpool trailer number 2, the one that came out. I really like that one, by the way.
Yeah, I liked it better than the last one.
Yeah, that's the one that made me, have the Deadpool movie to be the second most hyped for me this year. Deadpool did say to Colossus, he said, "Oh, I'm tired of your X-Men bullshit, Colossus."
Yeah, I know. I'm just wondering how far they're going to take the connection. Is it just going to be name drops or what?
I'm not sure, but I hope, maybe they don't want to give too much away in the trailer.
True, there might be more than, it might be more than just Colossus in there.
Yeah.
Hell, we could
Also,
get a Wolverine cameo.
They should, I mean, because Hugh Jackman is about to finish being Wolverine, and, we should at least see him interact with Deadpool at least once before he goes.
That would be so amazing. That's true, actually.
I mean, because all we need as X-Men fans right now, because I'm a hardcore X-Men fan, you guys know this, that I prefer the X-Men movies over the MCU, excluding The Last Stand and X-Men Origins, because obviously we all know those films kind of suck. Yeah. But most of X-Men fans want to see Hugh Jackman suit up in his yellow and blue costume, and they also want to see him meet up with Deadpool, and we haven't seen that, really. Or at least done properly, because X-Men Origins Wolverine messed it all up for us.
Yeah, I hope they make fun of that in the movie.
Well, I'm sure they plan to, because, I mean, he mentioned Green Lantern. I mean, don't put me in a CGI and green suit or whatever.
That was funny.
That was great. That was gold. But I do think that Reynolds is getting a little too cocky. But he has a right to.
Yeah. And please don't make this suit CGI or animated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
Yeah, so I don't remember the exact quote, because it's been a while since I watched that trailer, because I didn't watch it as much as I watched this newest one. This new one was a lot better put together.
Yeah. I finally know what Negasonic does.
And it's kind of better than... It's kind of like the same thing with the Batman vs. Superman trailer. In terms of, the first trailers both weren't that great, but the second one was.
Yeah. Speaking of trailers that spoiled too much, that movie trailer didn't spoil too much. It already gave us what we were gonna, know.
I'm still trying to put together why do people keep thinking this film gave away too much? If you want to see a trailer that gives away too much, then look no further at Age of Ultron. I mean, they gave away the whole plot practically in the trailer, in the title, with all these TV spots and all these clips. Not even Batman v Superman is doing that. There's still a lot we do not know.
And Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, I only saw for Age of Ultron. I only saw that first trailer. That's it. That's all I saw.
Oh, dude, you're lucky you didn't see everything else then.
Yeah, which was kind of disappointing because in the first trailer, I remember Ultron being intimidating. It was a really dark trailer, actually. When I saw the movie, and he was kind of a weak villain in terms of how he acted and, like, all that.
And speaking of which, did you guys see both of those new TV spots?
Mm-hmm.
I love the first one.
Tell me, do you bleed?
And I
Away.
I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. I prefer Ben Affleck's Batman voice than Christian Bale's.
I mean, I understand what Bale was trying to do, but he did great with it in Batman Begins. But in The Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, he made my head hurt with that voice.
Batman Begins, it was great. Like, it wasn't forced or overdone. It was like his normal voice, but a bit gravelly.
Like he did like a.
It became more gravelly, and then we got Dark Knight Rises.
Where's the trigger? Where's the trigger? Where?
I can't.
Okay.
Where are they?
On the side, did he swallow shards of glass or something?
I will say though, I liked his Batman Begins version. I mean, it was like Kevin Conroy and Michael Keaton, how they did their voice.
Yeah.
And that was fine.
That's why Begins is my favourite out of the Nolan trilogy as well.
Begins is underrated. It is severely underrated. And The Dark Knight, it is a great movie, but it is overrated. Let's just be honest here. I don't mean to spit on his grave, but it wouldn't be as... People wouldn't perceive it the way that it is if Heath Ledger wasn't dead.
That is true.
Let's be honest, that's the only reason it won an award. It was a posthumous award for him. And we've said this before, but... I kind of like the second one, too, where he's like, don't listen to what everyone tells you, son.
Yeah, right, where he goes, what was it? Don't listen to everything you hear, son. Or, yeah, as you said.
It kind of...
Yeah, on the second spot.
Yeah. I like that because it's really going to show the dichotomy between these two characters and how different Batman and Superman are, as well as together.
And I like how they're doing this version of Bruce, like, he's not a rich billionaire and a douchebag.
No, he's past that point, because this is already an older Batman. But I actually dissecting that scene in the trailer, as well as in this TV spot, I feel like they already know each other beyond that. So what I'm thinking is, Batman and Superman clash before that scene. But
I'm thinking that scene either takes place before the scene after the first TV spot or before.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but
one thing I do know.
I just think that's gonna be cool.
One thing I do know is that maybe if they don't know who they are at that point, Ben Affleck's Batman does know who he is, because in the trailers you can see in the Batcave that he's had like remember that scene in Man of Steel when he flies for the first time?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has actually video of that in his Batcave.
Dang.
Oh yeah, I noticed that.
He's been watching him for a long time then, but how would he have known he was there back then during that scene? Because Superman wasn't... Wait, it's been a while since I've seen Man of Steel. Was that before... Was that first flight scene before Zod made that announcement that you are not alone?
Yes. When he was flying, it was in the morning, and that same day, but at night, it was when Zod made the announcement.
Okay. Okay, yeah. It's been, like I said, it's been... I haven't seen Man of Steel since, like, October of last year. So, I mean, I would not have remembered.
I at least try and watch it once a month.
I wish.
I can watch it in my mind.
I try to just memorize stuff.
What if Affleck saw Superman, or like before he was Superman in the universe, right there, doing something incredible, or he was hearing things, reports of people, and he was investigating, like Lois Lane.
I like the new Batcave though.
Better than Nolan.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the new 52 Batcave from issue 0, his prototype one. From Batman number 0, new 52. Yeah, I love the Batcave. It looks kind of stylish, but at the same time, not so stylish. Like, it's kind of gritty.
Yeah.
And if you actually look closely into the see-through glass area of the Batcave, you can see Ben in there looking at the suit.
Oh, yeah.
And then in the other section of the cave, you can see Alfred.
Which I love Jeremy Irons as Alfred.
I love Jeremy Irons. He's gonna be. Hey, John, did you ever call that number for the Assassin's Creed movie?
Yes.
Sounded so great. And it's kind of ironic that Jeremy Irons is going to play Rickon in the Assassin's Creed movie, and before that he played one of the Borgias in a show called The Borgias and Borgia Assassin's Creed 2. I think that's kind of ironic. I'm excited for that movie. That's like my number 3 most hyped movie for this year.
I wish that movie... I have hope that the movie can break the curse of video game movies.
I think it can, because it seems like... And the way that this movie differs from a lot of other video game movies is that the company that owns the game isn't as involved. Ubisoft is heavily involved in this, to the point that they're making a shared video game movie universe. I don't think the other games did that. Other video game movies, at least. But in the worst case scenario, it probably won't be as bad as Agent 42.
47.
Oh, 47, sorry.
I remember as a little kid, I played Mario games, and then I heard the Mario movie, was a movie, and a live action movie. I was excited to see that movie, and it turned out to be a piece of shit.
Of course it was.
God.
But no matter what happens, when I look at this movie, I'm never going to see Michael Fassbender as an assassin. I'm going to see him as Magneto.
Yes.
Me too.
And but I'm not excited for X-Men Apocalypse as much as I used to be. Not even just to see him in it.
I am, because the X-Men, movies, as of now, they have had a good track record. First Class, Future Past.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited to see Quicksilver seen in the movie.
Yeah, I heard it's a lot more, there's more to it than his scene in Days of Future Past. I heard it took a whole day to film just that one scene.
In Future Past?
No, in Apocalypse. They took a lot longer to film it. So, meaning there's a lot more going on with him in this film than there was the other one.
I think they made that scene because of the popularity of Future Past in that scene.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. Fox actually knew how to deal with Quicksilver, compared to how they did him in Age of Ultron,
Yeah.
And heck, even his outfit's even better than Quicksilver's in Age of Ultron. I didn't necessarily like what he had.
Although in the internet back then, I remember seeing, a bunch of people in the comment section saying that Quicksilver's outfit in the X-Men movies is shit, and how the Ultron one was better.
And how people were gonna hate on his performance. And guess who had the better performance? Well, at least generally agreed upon. Some people still like to argue it. But most people...
Yeah, X-Men one.
Yep, most people like that one. It's kind of like how people are doubting Jared Leto as the Joker. It's like the Heath Ledger thing for Suicide Squad, and watch, he's gonna kick everyone's ass when it comes to that movie.
It's because people refuse to let go of the Nolan movies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's one of the biggest crutches for the DC Extended Universe right now when it comes to the fans. They won't let go.
listen, you can't go wrong with the realism.
I like the Nolan films, but let's be honest, they're not as great as they could be.
I like the Begins the most.
Yeah.
Same.
If they had kept the consistency, I mean, I always felt like the films started becoming consistent even. Like they weren't on the same track. At least for Dark Knight Rises, it was horrible.
To be honest, also, they didn't really feel like Batman movies. They felt more like crime dramas.
Yeah, but then again, the main reason why The Dark Knight Rises sucks is because Nolan didn't even want to make it originally.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't?
Yeah, Warner Brothers forced him to do it. He didn't want to do it anymore after Heath Ledger died, because I guess it was too painful, and I guess he felt that it was too disrespectful to his memory.
Yeah.
And I understand that. I respect that. I think that The Dark Knight was a perfect ending. The way that it did end, compared...
Yeah.
The Dark Knight Rises ending was like a big flip-off to all the Batman fans.
Exactly. And then that whole, 8-year time gap.
That timeline is horrible. He'd only been Batman for 2-3 years, and then he died?
9 months.
9 months total?
Yeah, because during Begins, that was his first time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after, between that timeline, it was 9 months. 9 months later, Dark Knight starts off 9 months after Begins.
But what about Rises? Because doesn't Rises take place 9 years after? Something like that? I can't remember.
8
Takes
years.
place 8 years.
Yeah, see?
But yeah, Bale's Batman quit before a year.
Yeah, no.
Or a year, yeah, I think. But it was definitely, I read that somewhere, 9 month period.
Yeah.
He becomes a recluse and refuses to leave his mansion.
And he's all beat up. That was horrible.
How the fuck did he get his leg injured?
When he dived after Harvey, he apparently broke his leg or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing about Jared Leto's Joker, that's what I saw when he was filming Suicide Squad. He took a selfie of him wearing a Superman shirt or something, and he looked so buff.
Leto?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a little buff. I saw it.
Yeah, and why is he that buff for Joker?
Well, Leto does that naturally. He didn't I don't think he lost enough weight in time. And he could partially be based off the Dark Knight Returns Joker, and that Joker was kind of bulky. Or at least the way Frank Miller drew him. It's hard to tell. That guy has such horrible artwork. I can't tell what the anatomy is.
I like Frank Miller, but his art is just horrible.
Yeah, I get it. I love how it's popular to hate on Frank Miller when he has done some... He's a decent writer, but a horrible artist. You can't say that Sin City is great. It is great. You can't hate Watchmen. Well, no, not Watchmen, sorry. That's Alan Moore. That's another crazy dude.
Alan Moore, Dave Gibbons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking of freaking Frank Miller, I heard that he only made Superman look like a government stooge in Dark Knight Returns.
Because he hates Superman. He won't do it.
No, it's because I heard this somewhere, or read it, because he was begging DC for him to write Superman. DC said no, and then they gave him Batman. And they said, fuck it, I'm gonna make Superman be a fucking asshole.
Yeah, I remember seeing this video on Instagram. It was recorded from a cell phone, but it was on a TV. And this girl asked him, no, listen, Frank, listen. Do you hate Superman? And then the camera pans to Frank, and he's like, he has a smile on his face, and he's all giddy, and he's like, of course! I'm like, oh boy. Oh boy.
I like
He
when
hates...
He was turned down to write Superman.
I'm sure he tried more than once.
That's why he got pissed off about that.
Which is why he made Superman a jackass every time he had the chance to write a comic with Batman.
Doesn't this situation of Frank Miller remind you of a special someone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when he's also asked about the Dark Knight trilogy and he says to the person, never say that again.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest though, Frank Miller doesn't look too good right now.
He looks skinny as shit.
I think he's dying, but I don't know. I hope he doesn't die. I mean, he may not always, and he may say some really rude remarks, but no one should, I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
No.
There are some people that do want him to die, though. I'm like, are you serious?
They're crazy fanboys.
They're the radical DC fanboys that just don't appreciate the good work that he did do. I mean, and heck, he even wrote the script for the second RoboCop movie. And that movie was actually a lot better than the first one, I thought.
Yeah, I like that movie, actually.
The third one sucked, though. That one should not have been made. It's like there are a lot of films that don't need a third film that sucked.
Yeah, the last time I saw that movie was when I was a little kid. But as a little kid, I watched all the 3 movies. And the only one that I don't remember seeing is the third one.
The new one was actually cool. I don't get why people hated it.
Because it's not rated R.
I think some people were nitpicking about not how one hand wasn't robotic in the film.
It was kind of good, actually. I did like that movie, the reboot.
Yeah, I mean...
Same here.
It wasn't... I mean, it does show that Joel Kinnaman is going to be a great Rick Flag in Suicide Squad. But I will say the one thing I did have... And some people got so pissed off because they did the old RoboCop theme with a techno remix to it for the film. And I'm like, it's just a theme song. What's it have to do with the movie?
My only problem with the movie is the pacing was off.
Yeah, it was over way too fast. I will give you that.
One thing I do like is that they do introduce the family, and he does, see them in the new one.
Yeah, I will say...
Like they didn't completely wipe his memory.
One thing... Yeah, I do have to admit, though, there was a lot more...
Oh, shit. I just remembered, that movie is PG-13, yet when he dies and he's like, they're making him into RoboCop, he sees his body in the mirror and you can see...
Oh, that scene made me sad.
Yeah, and that's PG-13.
Yeah, see? You can get away with a lot with PG-13. I mean, the old RoboCop films were a lot more gory than that, even. And those films,
Except for the bullshit third movie.
Oh, yeah. The third movie, we just don't talk about that one.
Or the TV series.
There was a TV show series?
Yeah, there was, like...
I didn't know about that one.
Fucking, I think they made them into movies, into 3 parts or something, I don't know.
No, there was an official TV series, and let's just say it was beyond PG, it was unwatchable.
So it was shit?
Yeah.
It looked kind of low budget.
One thing I will say I liked about I think the best actors in this film was Kinnaman, Oldman, Keaton, and Haley, and Jackson. Samuel Jackson was great in that movie.
Oh, yes.
And I find it kind of funny how Gary Oldman, who played Commissioner Gordon's in it, and then Michael Keaton was the old Batman, and he's in it.
And then Kinnaman is Rick Flag.
Yeah, I think that's kind of funny. And then Jackie Earle Haley was in Watchmen.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. Fucking... it's funny how back in the day, like in the 50s, being in a superhero show, like Superman 50s show,
George Reed.
that kind of tainted his career a little bit because people only saw him as Superman and he couldn't get into any more jobs. And nowadays, when you're in a superhero movie, you're like more successful.
Yeah, dude, look at Tom Hardy. He was a decent actor before The Dark Knight Rises, but after he broke out, he's pretty much an A-lister now, or at least a B-lister.
Yeah, and back then, like, oh, sorry, we don't want you in this film because people are gonna think, oh, well, Superman. And then, you're gonna go home, drink, and then you say you're gonna kill yourself, and you kill yourself.
Oh yeah, he did. And I find it kind of funny because Ben Affleck played George Reeve.
Yeah, I do have that movie here.
I've never seen that movie.
It's a good movie, dude.
It is good. I'd say give it a watch.
Yeah, Batman and Ben Affleck in that movie fucks Superman's mom.
Diane Lane.
Diane Lane, yeah.
So did Kingpin. Dang, Laura's a hoe. Just kidding. Oh god. She's a great actress, though. I will give her that.
Hey, Diane.
Diane Lane. I think that's her name, right?
I don't know her name.
Yeah, I think it is.
But I think the best actor, Man of Steel, wasn't the second greatest actor in Man of Steel. Wasn't even Michael Shannon. I think it was actually Russell Crowe. He was he was like the perfect successor to Marlon Brando's version of Jor-El.
Yeah.
He was more inspiring though too.
Yeah, because he actually done something and not just stand there.
Yeah, Jor-El was kind of just in and out that whole time.
What about Terrence Stamp in Smallville? He played Zod in the 1980 movie, and then he was going to play Jor-El, the voice of Jor-El in Smallville.
That was kind of funny and ironic. But I've never really actually seen Smallville in full.
I have. The only reason I did see it in full because I remember growing up with it, and I saw it when I moved to, the old country. It was on TV, and I was like, oh, cool, it's on TV, I want to see it, even if it was an old episode, I already knew it.
Yep.
And I was still watching it, dude. I just don't have the complete series box set. But I do have the complete series.
It is good, it does drag.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does.
It's kind of like Gotham, it's... Certain things are happening far too early.
The first time I think the hero appears from the DC universe from, like, popular heroes, I think it was Flash in season... Well, no, it was not Flash, it was Impulse.
Yeah, but they tried to pass him off as Kid Flash or the Flash, I don't remember.
Yeah, I think they made a hint to that in season 6 when they were doing the Justice League episode. That, oh, we pick out the nickname. Said Green Arrow. Green Arrow says, oh, you're going to be Boy Scout. And then Impulse. Who's Impulse? Bart. He wanted something more flashy for his nickname.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool, though, how the show did technically continue in the comics and Batman did appear in it.
Yeah, they did hint it to Batman and Wonder Woman in season 10.
His outfit, though, sucks so bad.
And it was insulting. It was insulting what they done to Doomsday.
You mean David Boone?
And
Doomsday was practically the Hulk. He gets angry, he turns into a raging monster.
And
you mean David Boone?
And he was a man in a little suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was prosthetic, I think. Yeah.
And then, but yet, they could have CGI'd him, and yet people are giving crap about the Doomsday in,
Yes, being CGI.
Yeah, so...
Like, what the fuck do they expect not to be CGI? It's Doomsday, he's gonna be CGI.
It's like...
That's like
doing the classic Hulk cartoon series where you paint the guy green and he,
It's like someone who... This is an actual complaint I saw online. That the scenes where Superman flies in Man of Steel, they're CGI. Of course it's gonna be CGI. No one can fly in real life.
What were you expecting?
That wasn't actually... That was the real comments I read.
Dude, some of these complaints are just... For anything in DCU, none of them make sense. I mean, it's like... Especially when it comes from someone like John Campea. Because, I mean, this is the dude that complained that...
Laurel?
Yeah. So, a guy like that, honestly, I don't really take him seriously. Because... Like I said, I mean, you obviously don't know anything about DC if you're going to whine about something that's supposed to happen. Hey, you want to know the second worst interpretation on Smallville
What?
that I did see? Dark Side.
Oh.
Honestly, looking at him, I'm looking at a picture of him right now because I just want to, and he looks almost. He reminds me more of like Apocalypse.
He does.
They just made him into a dark cloud.
Cloud. That's like Galactus.
Yeah, he was like a Galactus Apocalypse ripoff.
Like Galactus and then the Fantastic Four 2007.
Yeah. But hey, at least at least it's not like Deathstroke from Smallville. I've seen that one. That was horrible. That wasn't even a bounty hunter. That was horrible.
He looked more like Colonel Spangler from Malcolm in the Middle.
He looked more like Adolf Hitler / Vandal Savage in that.
He was basically an old grandpa who got his eye who was named Slate.
Yeah. Let's just say that DC kind of fucked up with that show in the last few seasons.
Yeah,
mainly because
they didn't make Clark fly until
the last episode.
Until the last episode, like the last 10 minutes.
But he did fly a little bit in the second episode of the first season. Remember that scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also in the final episode of the first season, in the tornado thing, they did say that he was flying, but he didn't,
No.
notice because how he was like trying to go with Lana to her, like reaching out to her, and because he wasn't just spinning around.
No.
And also the final season when he was dancing with Lois, he was flying, levitating.
Yeah.
He was levitating.
It's been so long since I watched that.
I need to watch Smallville in full sometime from season 1. I never had the chance.
Personally, I like Gotham more.
I think I like
Gotham in a while.
I think I like Smallville more than Gotham, simply because I'm admitting it here, I'm biased.
Last I watched Gotham was like the episode when they killed Jerome. I'm probably not gonna watch it until
Season 2 ends?
Yeah, and it's on Netflix, which will be like right before season 3 hits. I'm just gonna binge it to catch up. Because honestly, the show kind of sucks to me now.
Everyone who thought Jerome was gonna be the Joker.
No, not that. I just think it's kind of...
No, but remember that time?
Yeah, he was a great Joker. I think he could have been, but... You usually don't give Joker a specific identity, so at the same time, people should have been bracing up for the time where he was possibly going to die. And then there are theories going around that he's going to come back, how is that possible? He is dead as fuck.
Because he was stabbed
Who came up with that theory?
And we saw a body. It's not like Fish Mooney where there's a possibility.
Who came up with that theory? Movie Pilot?
I think it was on Movie Pilot. It's hard to say.
Oh my god. I was just joking actually right now.
Well, I mean, sometimes I think people on Movie Pilot just publish those articles as satire. They're not expecting anyone to take it seriously.
Like that time Kevin Feige wrote an article.
That was great. Saying that the DCEU is going to be a recruiting tool for ISIS. That was the dumbest thing I've ever read on Movie Pilot.
Oh. Now, I did not read that article. I just laughed at who wrote it.
Oh, dude, if you read it, you would have been laughing even harder.
Well, what did it say?
It pretty much said that DC is a recruiting thing for radical Muslim ISIS. If you want, I can send it to you.
Didn't they get deleted or something?
I don't know if it did. I just know that... Wait, hold on. I'm going to look it up real quick, because I need a good laugh. Because it was so horribly written. Okay. Wait, no. It's not that. No. Anyways. By the way, I read the Green Lantern script, finally.
Oh, yeah. Did you like it?
I fucking hate Warner Brothers now. Sort of, for that.
Because you read the script?
Yep.
We're talking about the script.
What should have been, but wasn't.
Wasn't that Jeff Johns' script that got butchered?
I think it was...
No, it just got thrown out the trash and replaced by... And I think it's kind of funny when you see Guggenheim and
Kreisberg?
Yeah.
They actually worked on script together.
Yeah, no, they're almost always together.
Yeah, but that time, Jeff Johns was involved in the film heavily.
After they reject,
and then they and then he just kind of, I'm not sure what happened.
Apparently, Kreisberg worked on Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
I heard that.
I didn't know that.
Isn't it funny? Kreisberg has nothing to do with Arrow no more.
It kind of sucks. I think Arrow was a little better under him because was he involved in season 3, Kreisberg, or was he gone at that time?
I think it was John.
He was gone.
Yep. See, I think he was maybe the balance.
He was in control of the first 2 seasons. Then now Guggenheim is the main showrunner.
I think isn't Miracle? How do you say her name in charge too?
Who?
Wendy
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she's in charge of it too.
I've been hearing some things where she's actually the problem. It's not Guggenheim.
I've actually heard that.
I heard it's not him.
I mean, I can openly admit that while I do like Arrow, it's not as good as it used to be.
No, season 3, it just died. But season 4, it's decent. It's decent. It's not as great as it used to be. I'm more into the Flash now.
I've always been to the Flash.
But the one thing that I do like about Arrow season 4 is the producer.
Yeah.
Speedweed. Whenever I have to, and he's worked with Greg Berlanti before too.
Oh yeah.
Political Animals. That was a good show. I loved it.
God, Greg Berlanti's in control of so many shows.
I guess he's more well known than anybody, but he's a good writer. I mean, he did Dawson's Creek, which was a classic. He did Everwood. I think I've never heard of it, but I'm pretty sure it's good. He did Arrow, and he's got the Flash, and the Flash is surpassing Arrow by a lot. He did Eli Stone, which was a great show on ABC. Oh, and guess who he did it with? Guggenheim.
Even Supergirl was beating Arrow.
Everything is better than Arrow right now. I'm just gonna be honest.
Yo, when that picture...
Oh, thank God Berlanti's producing Legends of Tomorrow. Let's just hope Guggenheim doesn't get crazy and try to get control.
Remember that time in this morning when the frickin' Felicity picture came up with her in a wheelchair?
Yeah, people automatically assuming that...
Oh my God, she's Oracle.
She's not... Just because she's in a wheelchair doesn't mean she's Oracle. For all we know...
This could be a temporarily thing while she heals.
Yeah, or for all we know, it just could be, they might even call her a different name like Watchtower.
Well, apparently Guggenheim tweeted out today that people shouldn't jump to conclusions or something. I don't know.
Guggenheim isn't that stupid. He knows not to call her something like... He knows not to call her something like Oracle, because you're just going to piss off a large majority of DC fans and Batman fans, and that would be the last straw for a lot of people who would watch it.
She's not even going to be in the wheelchair that long. I'm calling it. It's just going to be a temporary thing until she heals. She's either going to marry Oliver or break up with him, and something's going to happen. Diggle or Fear is going to die, and then whatever.
Why do you think Diggle's going to die, dude?
I don't know. Something just tells me Diggle is going to die, but if Diggle does die, I will be pissed.
What? I feel like it's going to be Thea.
It's either going to be Thea, Quentin, Lance, or Laurel.
Isn't Thea the Speedy?
Yes.
Yeah. So who's gonna die? Speedy with no powers or Magneto?
Black Needle. Digneto.
Black Magneto.
The reason I think that it might be Thea is because remember how during the crossover episode Malcolm Merlin threatened Oliver if he had died he would come after her, and then he stole that jar. He stole Vandal's ashes.
Oh yeah.
It seems like Malcolm is going to be the villain again for season 4. Wait, no, I mean 5, not 4. My bad. I think it would be kind of cool to see him be the villain again.
I do like Damien Dark.
He's great. I love him.
I do want to see.
Oh, you want to know something ironic about Neil McDonough, who plays Damien Dark?
What?
He voiced Green Arrow in DC Showcase.
Oh yeah, he did too. I forgot about that.
And then he voiced Deadshot in Assault on Arkham. And in Justice, he voiced Damian Wayne and The Flash.
Oh yeah.
And he also voiced Bruce Banner, so he has a long history with DC and Marvel.
And he was in Red 2, and that is basically a DC movie.
Yeah, I think it was Vertigo or Wildstorm, but either way, DC owns those. Oh, dude, he also voiced Firebrand in Iron Man in the 90s and Bruce Banner in the 90s Hulk show.
Oh yeah, I like that guy. He's a good actor. He plays a good villain.
Oh yeah, I mean, and he's also been in Law and Order. He's been in CSI. I'm assuming those are villains. I don't know because I haven't watched a lot of those shows.
He's been Justified.
He was a villain in that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He likes to play villains a lot of the time. He's good at it. So what do you guys actually think about Vandal Savage? I never actually asked you guys.
I have Vandal Savage. I've only seen him in The Flash.
He's a good villain. I think that the only thing I have an issue with is that, it seems like they're underportraying him for right now.
Yeah, I think they're waiting for Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's why they didn't do much with him.
I'll be right back, alright?
Alright. I did expect him to be maybe a little older, though.
I also, for some reason, because I'm so used to watching Justice League Doom, I expected him to be in kind of like a military uniform, sort of.
Yeah, same here.
I just don't like his outfit. I mean, I get it, he's kind of an old caveman, but could you at least make him look semi like the comics?
Yeah, I gotta agree with that.
I think they handled him better on The Flash, but that's because better writers on The Flash.
I can just imagine the comments now. Oh, you're hating on DC.
People think I hate. I think it's funny how people criticize me for hating on one specific company. No, I've criticized DC hard. You guys have heard me bash certain things DC's done. Yes. Heck, I'm bashing the hell out of Arrow right now.
I mean, hell, you can be nitpicky on either side.
Back.
I'm not biased. I just want good stuff, and if stuff that I don't like, I'm going to say something about it.
What happened?
Oh, we were just talking about how people try to accuse me of being a DC fanboy or a Marvel fanboy when I'm not. I criticize both sides equally.
Remember that time you had a Magneto profile picture on your Facebook, and then you were dissing like X-Men, something about them, and then someone told you, "Why are you dissing X-Men when you have a Magneto or Marvel when you have a Magneto profile picture?"
I think it's funny when people try to say. Someone tried to say I was a DC fanboy today when I have a Marvel shirt on, and I said in a comment, "I'm not looking forward to Marvel Civil War, but I am Captain America Civil War." But
back in one moment.
Okay.
But I'm looking forward to Doctor Strange.
I am interested in Doctor Strange, but to me, I'm more interested in Civil War simply because I want to see, the movie, how it turns out, how it differs from the comic and all that. It's gonna be different, I know, but I want to see how it all pans out.
I just want to see it. I'm only gonna see it because of Spider-Man and Black Panther.
Oh my god! Speaking of Spider-Man, they did not show him in the trailer, right? Fans were like, "Where's Spider-Man?" Then they showed the trailer, the new one. Where's Wolverine? Then the Batman Superman trailer, like Doomsday, they appear.
Where's Aquaman?
Why are they showing? Yeah, like why are they showing Doomsday?
Well, they said that they might reveal Spider-Man, like
On January
on January 19th or 15th. I can't remember the day.
15th, which is next Friday.
Yeah, merchandise. I hope so. But I'm not. I mean, I'm not 100% excited to see Spider-Man because, let's be honest, how many times have we seen him get rebooted and on big screen over the last, 10 years maybe?
Yeah, no. I'm more excited for Doctor Strange than I am Civil War.
I think a lot of people are, but that's because I'm a bigger Benedict Cumberbatch fan.
I'm more excited for Deadpool than Civil War, honestly.
Well, yeah, there's a lot. I mean, honestly, Civil War. I mean, you saw my top 10 anticipated movies of 2016 list.
I did.
Civil War is like at the bottom of my list. It's number 10.
It was number 10, yeah.
It just shows how very little I care about it. I mean, not to be rude, but it's just I find I have way too many. I mean, I have like maybe 4 or 5 complaints about it, and I don't want to seem like a broken record, so I'm not going to talk about that.
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of excited for, believe it or not though, I am partially excited for Star Trek Beyond. Even though Abrams isn't involved in it, as far as I know.
That trailer could have been a little better, to be honest.
Yeah, the trailer, and when I saw it in theaters, when I was seeing Force Awakens, I just honestly didn't care about it.
People laughed.
Oh, yeah.
People laughed and rolled their eyes.
No one takes it seriously now, because say what you will about Star Trek Into Darkness, it was still a good film. I mean, it had a great storyline, I mean, with a few plot holes and a few weird things, but it's not as bad as, say, a Star Wars Phantom Menace. That movie is the definition of a crappy sci-fi movie, I think.
Ugh, and boring as all shit.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I watched that movie is for the Darth Maul fight scenes. That's about it.
Yeah.
You'll never catch me watching it for anything else.
I've seen those movies as a kid, and I don't remember that movie that much. Same as RoboCop 3.
But, well, because Phantom Menace is honestly the most forgettable of the prequels. Not even Attack of the Clones was as bad as that, and that movie was decent to me. I don't hate it, but I don't like it either. I think it's just there.
There is the forced love dialogue, though, in Attack of the Clones.
Some of the dialogue in that film was so much sand. I hate sand.
Ugh.
Are you an angel?
Okay.
I will say that, I mean, people complain, but that's kind of one of the things that also kind of ticks me off, because people ridicule the prequels for dialogue like that, but there was dialogue similar to that, or worse than that, in the original trilogy. But hey,
Right.
It's kind of like people are hating on Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. Which funny is because Ezra Miller is in that.
Oh yeah, he is too.
I think it's gonna be interesting. I mean, it's like number 8 on my list. Because we're gonna get to see American Wizards this time.
Yay!
That movie, Fantastic Beasts, Ezra Miller's going to be in the movie, I think, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
playing Credence, somebody's adopted son. He's mysterious, but he's playing supposedly a big role in the canon for the Wizarding world. Wonder what that means.
Yeah, do you think he also got the role? Because I didn't even know who the fuck he was before he was announced as Flash.
He's a mysterious character. He's described as mysterious, so he must be pretty important, though. And I think
Yeah.
it's kind of funny that Colin Farrell's going to be in it, too, and he's been rumored on and off to be Constantine. I hope he is. Because he's a great actor.
Yeah.
Yup.
Another film I'm kind of looking forward to is TMNT too.
Believe it or not, I kind of like how they're doing Krang.
Yes.
Because, let's be honest, I don't think anyone would take him seriously if it was some big fat guy with a little squid thing in his stomach. So, I mean, I'm going to be honest, Michael Bay is right for doing that.
Yeah.
I do like the looks of the enemies in that movie.
Yeah.
I think it's stupid that people are complaining about how Bebop and Rocksteady look when, yeah, they were human. They started out as humans first. And then they mutated into things.
Yeah, they do look. They look good for like the TMNT too.
I'm still laughing at Stephen Amell in that.
That's the only reason I want to. One of the reasons I want to see that movie.
My name is Casey Jones, and for 5 years I was stuck on a deserted island.
They made a meme about that actually.
Oh, I knew they'd make a meme out of that.
No, they made a meme out of that already.
Oh,
I am kind of getting tired of that in Arrow, to be honest.
Oh, the monologuing thing?
Yes, it's even happening in Supergirl.
It's happening in all DC shows.
I understand why it's happening in The Flash, because, I mean, he does it in the New 52, and that was Barry, and then Wally did it, too. So, I mean, The Flash can get away with it, but Green Arrow, as far as I know, he didn't do that often. And Supergirl? That's the only turn-off about it. I just hope that show stays around for a while, but we're about to see another DC show get canceled.
Which one?
The new one that got booked on NBC. I forget what it's called, but it's that Office thing or whatever.
They're gonna make it actually?
Yep, they said they approved it.
Awesome.
It's on NBC though, dude. Remember what happened?
Yeah, Constantine. Yeah, but what day and time are they gonna air the show?
Well, it's called Powerless, but I don't know when exactly. But one benefit to it is that I guess it will have Patrick Warburton in it, maybe, from what I've been hearing. And Patrick Warburton is the guy who does that cop, Joe Swanson, in Family Guy.
Oh, yeah.
He also was in Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. He was Buzz Lightyear. It was a cartoon show.
Yeah, I did remember that cartoon.
He was the Tick. I remember that. That was funny.
I've never watched that.
It was decent. It wasn't as great as some people try to say. I think it's a lot of vintage. But hey,
I do like Patrick Warburton though. He's hilarious.
I find it funny that he was in the Batman. In 2005 to 2006, he was Cash Hankinson.
Oh yeah.
I think it's amazing how all these guys have a long history with DC.
Mm-hmm. What's up with do any of you guys see Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I don't watch that show at all. I hate that show with a passion.
Why?
I have so many issues with it.
It's gotten darker, I will say that.
Well, they did approve the spin-off show for it about the Most Wanted.
Saw that.
Yeah.
I might give that a chance. I just hope it's a different theme than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I do like Agent Carter.
Oh, that show, I love that show. I love that and Daredevil. Those are the only Marvel shows that I can watch that I won't get sleepy with. If you want a good insomnia cure, watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
You don't like Jessica Jones?
I like it, but it's kind of slow and it's decent. It's not something I would watch repeatedly.
Oh, you don't watch Mojo?
I hate Watch Mojo. Don't even get me started on those.
Dude, I went to one of those videos where they said the top 10 worst villains in comic books or something like that. It was from a long time ago. And it had Purple Man right there as an honorable mention. The terrible villain.
Yeah.
And people in the comment section were like, no, he's not a terrible... Simply because of Heathen Jessica Jones.
People honestly sometimes praise these characters because they have the Marvel label on them, not for what they really are like.
True.
Oh, shit.
But I will say that, I mean, the only problem I had... David Tennant was a great Purple Man, but the only problem I had with him was he didn't turn purple. I mean, it wasn't true to the character, I feel, and they killed him off far too easy. I mean, I think he would have been great as a recurring villain.
Yeah.
Kingpin, on the other hand, woo.
Yeah, that Daredevil, I do like it.
I'm excited for season 2.
Yep, and it's not going to debut when BVS debuts.
No.
It'll be 1 week before.
So everyone can shut up about that rumor and stop complaining.
Season 2 never had a confirmed date. All that was said was it was going to premiere sometime around the time that BVS was coming out.
And then, on the eBay, freaking said, oh, BVS.
It's not going to come out the day of, because no way would that work out well for either company, I think. Even though, because some people, in their ignorance and their fanboyness, would pick one when you can do both. I mean, I know that's what I'm going to do, because I know I'm probably not going to get to see this movie in the midnight premiere, because it's going to be chaotic, but I do know that I'm going to see it the next day, and then when I get home, I'm going to start binging it for the weekend.
Yeah.
I do want to see it opening midnight premiere for BVS, but I might not.
I don't know. I mean, the way things are with me, I don't know. I would hope so.
Although for TV, DC, I do want to see Wally West right now. Not, as a person, but with him getting his powers and using them. We're not going to see that, third season.
He'll probably get him by the end of this season, though, at least. He might not get... He might use them, though. He might get them and use them sort of near the end. But, I don't know. I mean, it's possible.
I think he's going to get them near the end.
Unless something happens at the end of season 2, like Barry gets trapped in Earth 2, and then it ends with Wally going to Earth 2 to save Barry.
Well, I heard they did tease the crime syndicate.
I do want to see... I want to see Wally's reaction when he sees Linda Park.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to have them get together still.
Yeah, maybe.
Because, I mean, this Wally West is based on the New 52, and the New 52 Wally doesn't date Linda.
I do reckon...
But they could change it.
Or they could just have them go out, or maybe have him feel connected to her, something like that, but not officially go out. Or if they do go out, then they're going to break up or something, but it'll be nice to see that.
I do reckon Patty's probably going to die.
I know that she's gonna find out who Barry is, though, pretty soon. From the way the way things are going right now, it's clear she's about to find out who he is, who Barry really is.
Dude, one thing I do notice about these shows on DC, it's like, who the fuck knows what secret identities are?
Yeah.
On all the shows.
Right.
You know what I would also like to see? I would hope this, because they did confirm that Robert Queen is Green Arrow on Earth 2, and Oliver died. I would really hope we could see those two interact. That would be great to see Oliver interact with Earth 2.
I want to see that.
That would be great. And I've seen, Boss Logic did do a picture of him, and oh my gosh, it looks amazing. It's like Green Arrow with pistols. Pretty much Earth 2 Batman. Or I mean Flashpoint Batman, because I'm not sure exactly what Earth the Flash is.
I love Flashpoint Batman, by the way.
I love his outfit, dude.
Yeah. Have you guys seen that? What was it? The panel when Batman sees like his parents as ghosts and he's hugging them, and then he wakes up and they disappear and he's crying.
Yes.
Yeah. What if on the DC show that Oliver gets a quick glimpse before I don't know, like there's like an orb or something, and then Robert is, and then like he wants to see him, and then all of a sudden the place is falling apart, blah blah blah, and he's really sad. He didn't really get to say hi to him or anything.
So apparently, the animated Killing Joke film is going to premiere in July.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Any word on Hamill? If Hamill and Conroy are getting involved?
I'm not sure, but I'm gonna look it up right now.
Because I heard it hasn't been confirmed yet.
Same here.
But I would hope so. I mean, it was great to see them in Arkham Knight, and I'm playing that right now, and it's so good.
Shoot. I heard it's gonna expand also the story on the Killing Joke, the movie.
Something tells me that's gonna be R-rated.
I'm not sure if it is.
Hope it is.
Even if it's PG-13, look at our Assault on Arkham.
Yeah, dude. All the DC animated films are pretty violent, dude. Watch. Have you seen Batman vs. Robin? I mean, Talon rips out the dollmaker's heart and holds it in his.
Yeah.
I did not see that.
Well, let's just say that movie is pretty cool. It's pretty violent, though. I think it's actually worse than Assault on Arkham. Well, those are the two most violent animated DC films I've seen.
Warner Bros. Has reportedly given the filmmakers the go-ahead to make the film rated R.
They better take advantage of it.
But it said continuing on, it says that although that does not necessarily mean the film is going to be rated R.
No, because at the end of the day, it still has to go through a process with, I think, the MPAA. Because I think the MPAA does do animated films, too. Even if they are direct-to-DVD. And there is a big difference between direct-to-DVD movies and big-screen movies, so I don't know.
After this, though, I do want them to take a break from Batman.
What about freaking Justice League vs. Teen Titans or something like that?
They are doing that, dude.
Yeah, and how much do you think it's going to be Batman?
I don't know.
It's going to be a lot. And I just read here that on July 27th of last year, Collider reported that Hamill is going to voice the Joker in the film.
Oh, nice.
Are they like a good site? Collider.
I think I read that.
Yeah, but I'm saying that if Collider is a reliable site.
But was it confirmed, like, from Mark Hamill himself, though?
No, it just said here that Collider reported that Hamill is going to voice the Joker.
We'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about Kevin Conroy, though, being Batman.
They'll probably get the guy who's voicing Batman currently, Jason O'Meara.
Oh, yeah, he is a good voice actor. I like him as Batman, actually.
I was kind of shitting on people who said that Kevin Conroy was the one and only true Batman voice. And then I saw the Superman Batman Apocalypse movie, and I was like, you know what, this is the perfect voice for Batman. It's really good. And it turned out to be Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
I think the most underwhelming Batman voice actor was Bruce Greenwood.
In which movie did he act?
Under the Red Hood.
Oh.
I don't think he was that great of a voice actor for him, but I think Peter Weller was a great older Batman, though.
Dark Knight Returns?
Yeah, I love how he says Clark. He's like, Clark?
Yeah.
And
I like Roger Craig Smith from Batman Origins. Arkham Origins, I mean.
He was like a perfect mix between Bale and Conroy. I loved it.
Yes.
I do like Jason O'Mara, though, the guy that voiced Batman. He voiced him, too, in the War, right?
Yeah, he's voiced him since Justice League War. I think, the first time he voiced him was in Justice League War.
Yeah, because I did like that voice.
He's cool, I like him. I like the joke he makes in Batman vs. Robin, where in Batman vs. Robin he's like, I have half a mind to report you for Grand Theft Auto. And then Damien's all like, that would sound interesting to the police. Hello, police. My son stole the Batmobile. That was great. That was funny. I actually like how they're portraying Damien, though, in these movies and in the comics. They portrayed him as a brat, a full-on brat, but here he's not just a brat. He's someone with a heart.
Damian Wayne?
Yeah, he has more of a soul in these than he does the comics.
Yeah, apparently.
In the movies, right?
Yeah.
Apparently in the comics he's a total dick.
Yeah, I know, in this he's a dick, but at the same time he's not a full-on dick. He does have feelings, he has a heart, he has remorse.
He's also an ass to Alfred.
Hello, Pennyworth. I've heard many things about you. You're my servant. And then Alfred's like, perhaps I should get you some nuts and a moist hand towel.
I just like how Alfred puts up with none of his shit.
I love Alfred's commentary. I do hope that Irons does take advantage of that. Just a little bit.
Yeah, instead of just being his butler, can I get your tea, Mr. Wayne?
Well, I'm pretty sure that he's not our enemy. You can't, you can't win this.
Why not, Alfred? Why can't I win this, Alfred? Bitch, he has laser eyes.
That son of a bitch brought the war to us.
You know, you can't win this, Master Bruce. It's suicide. Whose side are you on, pal?
I love it.
It's better than the dribbling mess we got of Alfred in Dark Knight Rises.
I liked him in the other two, but that one he did suck in.
They were like, in that movie, Batman and Alfred, they were like in a relationship together, and they broke up.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm leaving, Master Wayne. French restaurant, I saw you there, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I find it funny how many people that have starred in DC animated movies do it again. Like, Peter Honorati was in Batman vs. Robin. You don't know. He was a small role in that. He was in Brave and the Bold. Troy Baker, who voiced the Joker, was an Owl Lieutenant. So I think it's kind of funny. Smaller roles, but I do like the current voice actor for Alfred.
Yes.
David McCallum.
I think that maybe Warner Bros., whenever they make a movie like or something like that, like a Batman right now, they sometimes contact older people who were in Batman series or movies to voice a minor character or something. Kind of like how in Man of Steel.
Yeah.
I heard they got, the baby Kal-El from Superman 1 to be in a scene.
Yeah, he was one of the military guys.
Yeah.
The little boy, yeah.
Yeah, he was in the military scene. When it was daylight and Superman was in the desert.
Yeah.
He was in that scene.
I don't know if you would find this. Speaking of Man of Steel, you know how Henry Cavill was in The Man from U.N.C.L.E.?
Yep.
Well, the guy who voices Alfred in the current animated movies was Armie Hammer's character in the old show. Ilya Kuryakin.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of...
yeah.
I didn't know that. It was when he was younger. He was like... This is like, obviously the 60s.
He's great movie, by the way, Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The guy who voices Alfred in the animated films also was Zeus in the Wonder Woman movie from 2009. They need to make another one of those, by the way.
Yes.
They do.
They've made they made a shit ton of Batman and Superman movies, solo ones. They made
2 Green Lanterns.
yeah, and then 1 Wonder Woman.
They need to do another Wonder Woman film at least. I'm fine with 3.
I want to see a Flash movie.
I mean, you could say Flashpoint Paradox would count, but at the same time, I don't think so.
I mean, a solo movie.
Yeah, because they just turned it into a freaking
Justice League movie.
Yeah, that's not how it should have been done, technically.
Flash Rebirth, give me that and I'll be happy.
Oh yes, that one would be cool.
Give me anything based on New 52 and I'll be fine. I'm not really caring. But I would love to see Flash Rebirth or Green Lantern Rebirth get made.
Flash Rebirth is like my favourite Flash story.
I would love to see Rogue War.
Or a solo Aquaman movie too.
Oh yeah. I love how they handled him in Throne of Atlantis.
Yeah, I mean that movie did have Aquaman, but it was more of a Justice League film again.
Yeah, with 10% more Batman.
At least, hey, Bo, that's not as much Batman as they did last time, so I'm not complaining. I'm not upset about that. Batman wasn't as pivotal in this, like he was in the other ones.
Right.
I also kind of want to see them do a Green Arrow movie, and not just an animated showcase like they did. I want a full-on animated movie.
Yes.
And a solo animated Teen Titans show that after Justice League vs. Titan happens. Because that would be amazing to watch.
They will make a new Justice League show.
Oh yeah, they are making a new one called JLA.
Yeah.
I think it's the A stands for JL and Justice League Animated though, for some reason, not Justice League of America. Let's just hope it doesn't go on Cartoon Network, because we all know how that show's gonna end.
Cancelled after 6 seasons.
It's gonna suffer the same fate as Injustice. I'm still mad that Injustice Season 2 isn't on Netflix. It should have been on there a long time ago. But haven't you noticed a lot of DC things are going away from Netflix?
Yes.
Kind of wonder why. Like, I seriously want to know, like, why are you getting rid of almost all of the animated DC stuff on there? I mean, I remember when they had, like, Batman Under the Red Hood under there.
Oh my god. Just talking about movies just makes me... Like, these movies that have already been released, it makes me kind of bummed out.
Why?
Because you know how I did, like, back in the day, I bought a freaking lot of movies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really buy them anymore that much.
I don't either. Honestly, I just watch them online, because websites upload them.
I kind of prefer to having them physically. But the only reason they haven't is because, you know why?
I just don't have the money for it. I mean, dude, I haven't even bought half of any of the MCU films since Iron Man 2.
I don't have the money for them either.
I don't have Man of Steel on DVD.
Because you're waiting for the extended director's cut, which is probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
Sucks, but, you know.
I just don't like to buy movies anymore. Or that often. I mean, I just don't like to do it.
Come to my house and you'll have plenty to choose from.
How many movies do you own, by the way?
You don't know how many.
On Blu-ray, probably close to 300-400.
I'm talking about, like, in all, you know.
Overall, though, not just Blu-ray.
Probably about 500.
Oh.
I think it's the same here.
I'm a movie.
But I do have... I do have the same here.
The new BVS TV spots contrasted well together. Superman is clearly physically dominant, while Batman appears to be mentally dominant.
Yeah, like when his car crashed and Superman just bounced off.
I wonder if he has car insurance.
On a reporter salary?
He Bruce probably has a back car insurance like he has a back credit card.
I don't think they're gonna go for that bullshit.
I'm kidding though. I know they wouldn't go for that bullshit. Are you kidding me? That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I mean, he never leaves home without it.
1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million. You don't have that money. Oh God, I'll borrow it from you. 5 million, 7 million. You don't have that much money. Bad credit card. Not leaving home without it.
Oh, shit.
God. The amount of time that movie's been on Netflix is kind of scary.
And people actually like that movie. Andre!
I totally heard that.
Whoa. I don't have an issue with that movie, but I mean, it's not a movie I'd take seriously if I ever did watch it.
It was made to be campy. I don't have a problem with it.
Kiva Goldsman wrote that, and he's kind of the reason why the Bat films took a dive in the 90s. And he was also going to be writing the Teen Titans show that got canceled. Thank God, because he would have probably fucked it up.
I think Akiva Goldsman did it right. Day After Tomorrow.
He's a great writer, but for comic book stuff, he's horrible.
It was because he was forced to do a campy version.
He wanted to make it family friendly. Well, some things aren't for the kids always.
Warner Bros. Wanted to make it.
Yeah, and sadly, he kind of had to go with it, but something tells me he didn't want to. But either way, everyone that works on that film messed up, aside from maybe the actors, because let's be honest, guys like Tommy Lee Jones aren't bad actors. Tommy Lee Jones, Jim Carrey, no, they're not bad actors. Although Jim Carrey was actually a pretty good Riddler, I thought.
I did like Batman Forever to a point.
Batman Forever was tolerable, but there was a lot that they cut from it. It was actually supposed to be darker.
That's what I heard.
But it's kind of like, Tim Burton was originally going to work on that film, but he got screwed over, kind of like Jeff Johns, and so he pretty much just walked away.
Also, it was because people bitched that Batman Returns was too dark.
Honestly, I think the Batman 1989 was darker than Returns. To me, I felt like Returns was a little lighter, but some people could debate that. That's debatable. Part 1, Enter the Night. Part 2, Dawn of Justice.
That was 1 year ago today, exactly.
Yeah, I know. I remember Luke shared it, and I'm laughing. People are so desperate to make rumors up about these films. Like, who actually would have believed that? I'm pretty sure DC would have announced it was going to be 2 parts immediately.
Do you know Israel Sheehan? I think that's his name.
Yes, I do know him.
Oh, yeah, he commented on that post the same day, like, I saw his comments, and I was like, you were right on the money, because you said it was a lie. I knew it was a lie, too.
Dude, anyone with common sense knows it was a lie.
By the way, shout out to Israel, thanks for watching, or hearing if you're hearing.
Yeah, I'm sure he watches our stuff. I've seen him comment on our stuff occasionally.
He's a cool dude when it comes to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he wants me to do another rant video. He wants me to do another rant video.
I want to do a rant, but I'm debating on what I should do it on and whether I should show my face in it or not.
You can do just the voiceover if you want to.
That's how I've been doing it, because I'm just insecure about certain things. And
dude, you know that in the intros I do show your face, right?
True, but those are selfies I take. I'm talking about, like, recording me.
Yourself on video motions?
Yeah, it's different. And plus, I have a built-in camera, and it sucks.
I just take it with my cell phone or with a camera. Or with a webcam.
I got my iPad.
Yeah, but at least you know how to use it, unlike some person.
Oh, yes. Who I tweeted today, but they blocked me.
Yeah.
Oh.
What was happening?
No, for some reason I just have the Superman theme song stuck in my head.
No.
John Williams. I'm gonna be honest though, actually, I'm kind of changing my opinion about the whole Force Awakens soundtrack. It is kind of underwhelming, with a few decent tracks, but for the most part. But then again, it took Williams over a year to make that score, so it's pretty clear that he might be a little washed up. Sorry to say that, John, but...
That's fine.
That was witty. That was a good call. Apparently,
I'm not gonna shit on your opinion.
Nah, it's not gonna either.
Because I'm actually a kind-hearted person, unlike some assholes,
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, there's a difference between disagreeing with an opinion, civilized and uncivilized,
and then there's people shoving their opinions down your throat.
And get mad when you do that, or there's people that try to pass off the opinion as fact, which is so stupid because I've gotten arguments with trolls on certain forums, and I think you know which person I'm talking about.
Arguments on certain forums.
Yeah. It's not... His name, I guess he's not from America, though, but the point is he tries to pass off his opinion as fact, and that's the worst thing you can do in an argument.
It's not from the U.S. Okay, I don't know who that could be. I was having in mind someone that started with the letter M.
No, I don't know anyone named that.
No, I mean, like, you do know someone...
No, his name starts with an E.
Oh.
I typed it in the Up Your Geek chat if you want to see. Just in case. But yeah, I don't like those people.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because, I mean, yeah, you can like a certain company or whatever, but don't say, this is fact. When most of the time when you say, because the way they say it, it's pretty clear that it's not a fact. I mean, people try to say that Marvel did the MCU first. Yeah, they may have, but who had the first superhero movie? Who had planned a cinematic universe way before Marvel but kept chickening out?
Yes.
DC. They did have a cinematic universe, a shared one. Kind of. Back in the day.
With the Superman in the 80s, Jeff did point that out, but some people question the legitimacy of that because it's in the Superman branch of characters, but it's still a shared universe because Supergirl is her kind of own character. She has solo comics. And I believe she had a solo comic in the 80s around that time of that movie. Even though it was a horrible film. Supergirl, Superman 3 and 4 are horrible films. I'm glad. That's one thing I will say. I may have hated Superman Returns, but I'm glad that it takes place after Superman 2 and pretty much disregards 3 and 4. That was a good move.
Yes.
It would have been a lot shittier than it already was.
I was cleaning my hard drive for some space to put some stuff in, and I was like, no, I don't want to delete any Superman movies whatsoever in here. And I was like, okay, I'll delete Returns.
I think it's kind of ironic that Brandon Roth is on Arrow, and then also Henry Cavill was going to be Superman in Superman Returns. Well, he auditioned for it. He didn't get it, though.
He auditioned for, I think it was Flyby.
No, I believe right. Yeah, he tried to be in both.
Yeah, but he only got into the Flyby suit. That's from what I've seen in pictures.
There's pictures of Cavill in the Flyby suit?
Yeah.
I've never seen those.
Look it up, man.
I'm going to. I've never actually seen... But oh, yeah, I do see... Oh, my God. That's actually a pretty decent suit.
It is.
Looking at it's pretty clear Snyder did see this suit, because it kind of reminds me of that. It does remind me of the Man of Steel. And it also kind of looks like, It also kind of looks like...
It looks like kind of armored.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Bale's Batman suit, but not much plating on it.
Yeah.
I never knew about he was in Flyby.
He did put on the suit. He doesn't for both movies, but he only put on the suit for Flyby.
Yeah, there's a 06-17
2004, yeah.
Well, so Amy Adams was suggested for Lois Lane in Superman Returns.
They were auditioning, yeah, both of them. I'm glad they did not get the part.
They got it later on when the time was right.
Yeah.
When they were better actors. I remember when Henry Cavill was in The Tudors.
I've never seen that show, but I do want to see it simply because I'm being biased here. Henry Cavill's in it.
I like it because of Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, and he was great in Dracula. Another show that NBC fucked over.
Not a good show?
It was a great show, Dracula. What do you think? What do you think replaced? What do you think Constantine replaced?
Dracula?
Yep. It had the same death slot.
10 p.m. Fridays.
And then they changed it to like what, 7, 8? Still a death slot. Because most people go to sleep early on Fridays. Cause
I don't really go to sleep early. Well, they party on Fridays.
Well, for some people that like, they sleep. They get home from work and tired, or they go out. When you put a show out on Friday, it's a big risk.
Yeah.
There's no one time.
Fucking...
Or they are home, but they're just not awake, obviously.
Oh my god, I just realized it's a good thing that I'm gonna get home from the outside early on Tuesday so I can see Flash on TV. Because they used to get home like at 9 p.m. Like in August or December.
I remember when, like the last few episodes of Flash that were on for season 2, I was watching online. I never watched them when they premiered because I was always tired. I
was watching them the day after they premiered.
I was getting ready for finals that day, so I mean, those times, so it wasn't a big deal. But now I'm gonna have a little more time to watch them.
Me too, hopefully. My next video on the channel is gonna be a certain, I think I've already told you this, a certain, fight.
Oh yeah.
Debate.
I know what one you're talking about.
Yeah, sell the whole thing. It's not going to sell anything, but I'm just going to talk about my opinion on the fight. And the next one might be a movie review. An old one. Oh, speaking of Dracula, there was this movie yesterday that I was remembering that I watched when I was younger. Like a 1980s Mexican... It wasn't Dracula, but it was kind of like the nameplate. Vampire, blah, blah, blah. Like this kid, he was getting tired of his dad or grandpa getting drunk all the time, so he was going to scare him all the time, like dressing up as a vampire at night. In the freaking 1980s Mexican Chiqui Dracula, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can find it online. Yeah, there's also like a 1960s Batwoman movie.
There was?
I think it's Batwoman. I'm not... Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I have the movie on DVD right now here. Yeah, it's a Batwoman. It takes place in Acapulco. About this freaking drug, something like that, going out in the road.
Anyone seen Jonah Hex?
Nope.
I've seen it. Magneto's in it.
Yeah, so is April O'Neil.
Why did I have to actually think about that?
What do you mean?
I had to actually think for a minute, who's April O'Neil, and then I remembered Megan Fox.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at Michael... When I saw Michael Fassbender in that movie, I almost thought he would have been a perfect Joker. Because of his laugh alone. And because he's a good actor, but that laugh...
The movie was shit.
Oh, shit.
It had potential. Just poorly used.
Josh Brolin was
that?
great.
I remember when he was up for... He was like one of the most wanted people to play Batman. Next to John Hamm.
Some people still want him, or they fan casted him. I remember this certain dude who liked to express his emotions and opinions online. He was wanting that guy, John Hamm. He was wanted freaking Brando's. I forgot his name. He wanted Ashton Kutcher as Batman as well.
John Hamm is never going to do a superhero movie. He even said it in an interview.
He's not interested.
He just said that they're simply draconian and there's a lot of bullshit behind it. And he's not wrong. I'm pretty sure a lot of dirty stuff goes on behind the scenes, and Hamm doesn't want any part of that.
Also, who else? I think it was Jason Statham.
Statham? Yeah. People have looked at him for a lot of different roles, so I could see him as Deathstroke, actually.
Yeah, they said Deathstroke, but
older Deathstroke, of course.
He said he doesn't want to be in superhero movies because it's too fake.
I think that some people have some misconceptions about superhero movies. That they're not serious and that they're not much, but they are. There's actually some quality to them.
Yes. Like I'll say again, my favourite MCU movie is Captain America's Winter Soldier.
You almost said Civil War.
I know.
You're ready for it.
I am going to say it's not on top of my radar.
It's not. It almost barely made it onto my top 10 list. I was merciful when I put it as number 10.
You've even got what's her name above it, like Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it's higher up on this list.
Doctor Strange is like number 4 on my list, I believe.
I think Rogue One is your number 6.
Yeah, it's my number 6. Mostly just because, I mean, I just am worried we're going to get a Star Wars burnout because we're going to have a Star Wars film every year. It's going to get boring, and Disney's oversaturating us with it. And that's going to concern me. Are they going to take a dip in quality like the MCU sort of has, I feel? Considering they disappointed us last year with Ant-Man and Age of Ultron. Because I recently did watch Ant-Man, and it is kind of underwhelming now. Around my 3rd viewing, I'm starting to see what guys like Callum have an issue with when they watch it.
I did enjoy that film. It was mainly like a popcorn movie. Like it's like for entertainment only.
I hate to say that, but that's what a lot of the MCU films are.
Popcorn flicks?
Yeah. Except for Winter Soldier and the Phase 1 films, because there was more to them, I felt, but...
I mean, Iron Man 1 is amazing.
Yeah.
People would have stoned me for how I talk about the MCU, but I'm not sure why. I mean, it's...
Why? I mean, like, your favorite, one of your most used words from last year was Marvel.
Well, I think it was Marvel because of how often I've criticized Marvel, but I've also praised Marvel because, I mean, I'm glad that X-23 is Wolverine. I'm loving X-23 as Wolverine right now because I've read all new Wolverine, and it's pretty good.
Holy shit.
What?
Oh, it's midnight right where I live.
It's about to be where I'm at. It's like 11:20.
Yeah, here it's 12:20.
What time is it here? It's like 6:30.
Yeah. Who do you guys think is going to be Han Solo for the young Han Solo?
I just don't want no Disney pretty boy.
I'm worried
that's what Disney's going to do. No offense.
I did hear of 2 castings. Well, I heard of various castings rumors, but I only remember 2 of them. I know that kid from Walking Dead is on the lineup or something. He's rumored to be Han Solo. I forgot his name. I don't really follow Walking Dead. And also the other actor who's rumored to be in the casting auditions is Miles Teller.
Someone said that... I'm trying to think, look him up. His name is Anthony, I think his name was, Matthew Gray Goobler. Matthew Gray Goobler. And the reason why a lot of people want Gray Goobler, I guess, is because he already played another younger version of a character played by Harrison Ford. And he ironically was also the Riddler in Assault on Arkham. He's also in Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Chip.
Well, can that franchise just die already?
It should have died a very long time ago.
I mean, the first one, I will admit, I liked.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones?
I don't know what movie it was. I'm just going off of what Cameron told me. And don't get me wrong. I like Star Wars, but I'm not a massive fan of it. Cameron is like a freaking encyclopedia. Oh my gosh. Goobler also was Jimmy Olsen in All-Star Superman. I honestly, wow. Yeah, I think it was, maybe it was Suburban Gothic. I don't know. I just know it was one of them, a movie that Harrison Ford was in years ago. Gray Goobler is the voice of Simon. That's who he's voicing.
What?
In Alvin and the Chipmunks. They need to end this franchise. They need to kill it after, like, the third one, because the third one was horrible.
How is it possible that that franchise has not been dead? They keep making movies, yet they haven't made sequels to some movies that we want to see. They're dead. Like, Dread 2.
Well, after this film... Right now, I guess it's making $96.2 million. Star Wars The Force Awakens has killed it, so hopefully, though I doubt it, because knowing how Fox is, they're gonna fight to keep the ship floating when it shouldn't be.
Fox just likes to milk the ever-living shit out of everything.
I don't
They
really
do it badly. Disney does it too, but Disney knows how to still make it tolerable and watchable. It's the difference.
The first outfit...
I don't think they're going to milk the franchise, because you can look at Fantastic Four. The sequel is going to be... I heard it's dead already.
Oh, it was dead on arrival, dude. Dead on the day that the first film premiered.
It's kind of sucked, because I did really want that movie to be good. But I guess, Fox listens to the fanboys online and blah, blah, blah.
A lot of things made that film fail.
Sadly.
And that's also almost what has me worried about BVS because of the hate. But the hate seems like there's slowly people are being won over.
Yeah, like in BVS, because there was a lot of hate in the beginning, but DC, Warner Bros. Doesn't give a fuck.
The only hate that's existing right now is for the trailer supposedly showing too much, which it didn't. And there's more hate for Godot and Eisenberg now. The flashlight is off of Affleck. Most people are confident about him.
Because they've seen him, but what Affleck saw the movie, and he praised Eisenberg's performance.
Tell me, do you bleed?
See, bleed is a 3-letter word.
Yes, once a month.
Ew,
disgusting. Ew, what would you
Dude,
people...
They made that meme.
Yeah.
That was great.
I'm gonna say that to fanboys. Tell me, do you bleed?
Oh, dude, I don't agree with this meme, but a while back, how on comicbook.com there are certain trolls that are, like, really, 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 really well known? Well, I don't remember which one it was, but one of them posted a meme that was like, "Tell me, Marvel, do you cry? You will." I know it was wrong to laugh at it, but the comments in response were even funny.
It was hilarious.
I laugh at the meme because I'm like, I laughed at it because, let's be honest, these trolls are funny. How stupid they are.
I know.
And how, I'm like, this dude's gonna get mauled by everyone in the comments.
I'm surprised most of them assholes on that site haven't been blocked.
I think that the only way you can get banned from comicbook.com is if you save people to click. Like Jeff, I mean, not Jeff.
Jet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jet. Yeah, he got banned.
I really don't understand why they don't ban those trolls.
Dude, you know David... Shit. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Which, yeah, David...
Yeah, on comic book. How he pretends to be, you know, like, he likes both, but then he starts to get one-sided in the comment section.
He tries to be unbiased, but he's honestly not that great at it.
Yeah, and on the comment section, I replied to his comments showing that, what's up with you, dude? You tend to flip-flop all the time. Here I have proof that you say you like both, but in here you're saying you're shitting on one. And then he blocked me.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't blocked me, but then again, I don't go after him as much, because he's not the number one troll that I hate anymore. Or he never was, and the original person that I didn't really like, I'm chill with now. And then there's... So it's pretty much the guy I told you about.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Your stupid Marvel cards.
Oh, him.
And then the M guy.
Yeah.
Outside of that...
Which is not me, by the way. It's someone else.
No. You're just the other M. You're McMuffnito. McMuffinizer.
Domashev, dude. You're the... Wait.
No, I wouldn't be Domashev. No.
No.
That was somebody else, dude.
That was Cameron, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cameron's Hackneto, and I'm Domashev, and I call him Bitch Nito.
And then Hackneto.
Yeah.
Bitch Nito, fuck Nito. Yeah. I'm gonna call the cops on you, Luis, because you like DC and Marvel. You can't like both, you know that.
It's illegal to like both, I know that, and I'm breaking the law.
Fuck the police. Fuck the police.
And then I change the subject and says I want to be an inspiral actor.
That guy's gonna get his ass kicked.
Oh, speaking of things, how was that freaking Thor Ragnarok clip?
Oh, it wasn't real. I deleted it from our.
Yeah.
I didn't. It seemed so legit though for some. I thought it was like a screen test maybe, kind of thing. But alright, it's deleted.
Yeah.
I was a little too excited to get a headline first before anyone else.
So, yeah, I mean, there's not really much going right now. I mean, we did kind of get sidetracked for a long time, and it's getting late. And we should just say goodbye for now.
Bye!
Bye!
Bye guys, take it easy.